This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Good evening. Thanks for being here with us. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starantino. Thanks for joining us. A major update tonight in a story Call 6 Investigates has been following since last year.
The Northwest Hendricks School Corporation is moving to fire a teacher accused of sexual misconduct with a student. Tyler Bruce is now on unpaid administrative leave. Prosecutors charged him today with child seduction and obstruction of justice. He allegedly solicited illicit Snapchat photos from a 17-year-old student and touched her under her clothing. Community members and parents are calling for the resignation of the entire school board because they allowed Bruce to stay on staff and get paid, even though the district was first made aware of the allegations back in February.
The key here is the students. Nobody else, just the students. We have to protect them regardless of who you're tied to or who your buddy club is. It's not about that. It's about the kids, point blank.
Prosecutors also filed a criminal charge against the former Tri-West High School principal, Adam Benner, for failing to properly report the allegations. We were unable to reach Benner for comment, and Bruce has denied the allegations through his attorney.
Coming together to offer hope and prayers for a man killed while he was just trying to do his job. Tonight, the community gathered at a vigil for 35-year-old Ashok Kumar. This week, 3 people masked and armed entered the Subway store he worked for on the northeast side. Investigators say they were trying to rob the restaurant when they shot Kumar, an employee there. He died there in the store. This evening, local residents, business owners, and community activists stood together, hoping for justice and an end to the crime. And right now, the search continues for the 3 people wanted in connection to the robbery attempt that led to the killing of that Subway employee. You are looking at surveillance images from the restaurant Monday night. When they entered it, you can see 2 of them are wearing black masks, the 3rd wearing a leopard print one. If you know anything about these people, we have details on how to report it, what you know, even if it's anonymously, on the RTV6 mobile app.
Well, today marks 1 month since a couple traveling through Indiana was involved in a tragic crash. The wife, who is just 23 years old, was killed. The husband, who is now 25, is now recovering.
But their dog, who ran from the scene, is still missing. RTV6's Nicole Griffin is in Cloverdale tonight, where volunteers have been searching for weeks.
We're going to leave some socks, a toy.
Gary Cunningham is one of several volunteers putting in hours trying to find a missing blue tick hound mix named Milo. Milo was in the car with his owners, Derek and Jenna Monet. They were traveling from Arizona to Maryland, where Derek is stationed in the Air Force. But suddenly, they crashed into a parked fire truck, responding to another crash on I-70 near Cloverdale.
Lost his wife, lost his life. You know, his body's wrecked.
Jenna died from her injuries at the hospital. Derek is now home in Arizona going through physical therapy, but Milo is still missing. Derek says they got Milo when he left for basic training, and the dog quickly became best friends with his wife.
Every day I hope to get some kind of good news that they've seen him or have some sort of trail on him or something. Because it's, you know, it's like a living part of my wife that I could have back.
So volunteers are doing everything they can to make that happen, and they're asking the community for help.
I'm very hopeful he's out here. We just need to find some signs of him, find out where he's at. There's a lot of outbuildings that are vacant, abandoned.
In order to get new leads and bring Milo home, they are passing out flyers to everyone who lives here in this area, but they do have a message. If you see Milo, don't try to call his name or try to capture him. Just call ACE and they'll bring out their equipment.
If you approach him, it could scare him out of his comfort zone.
Volunteers say they plan to add more trail cameras, hoping to capture a photo of Milo. They also plan to continue searching for him until they find him. Working for you in Putnam County, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
Another gray day here in central Indiana. We would love to see some sunshine, but it's going to be hard to do here still over the next couple of days. Right now with those cloudy skies, temperatures sitting in the lower half of the 30s. It's 33 downtown, 34 in Bloomington. The wind, it's under 10 miles per hour, but it's enough that it's driving down those wind chills in most spots into the upper 20s. Feels like 29 in downtown, feels like 27 for you in the Columbus area. There's that cloud cover, satellite and radar showing as we look back to the south and west. last. Some snow showers and a few sprinkles here across portions of southern Illinois. A little more bark than bite on radar, but especially around Bloomington, Bedford, Seymour. Could see a few of those snow showers tonight. Not expecting accumulation. Meanwhile, in the downtown area, only a few flurries as those temperatures will hold steady in the lower 30s. As kids head out to the bus stop in the morning, upper 20s will get your day started. We'll take you through the rest of your Thursday in a few minutes.
The mother of the man killed in a deadly shooting on Saturday in Franklin is now demanding justice. The mother of 18-year-old Donovan Isaiah Burdine shared a picture with RTV6 of her son. Police arrested 2 men in connection to his death. Burdine's mother says Donovan was a son, a father, and a loyal person. Donovan's mother sent a statement to RTV6 saying in part, quote, "I hope that everyone involved gets what they deserve, and I won't stop until they do. My son wasn't perfect, and I know that, but he was loyal and loving. He's missed and loved so much."
The family of a young boy battling pediatric Crohn's disease is bringing awareness to the condition after their struggle to get a proper diagnosis.
Despite a long road, RTV6's Troy Washington shows you how the 9-year-old has found a way to fight through the pain.
Tyson Berry knows a Crohn's disease flare-up will come eventually because that's an unfortunate truth of the sickness. It's a chronic inflammatory bowel disease.
He's the strongest person I know. I mean, he truly is. I've never seen anyone deal with the pain he does and do it so well.
Diagnosed at 5 and now 9, doctors had no idea what was going on at first, especially since Crohn's disease doesn't exactly come to mind when thinking of a child.
We went to 3 different children's hospitals before he was diagnosed, and he was very sick. I mean, I thought I was going to lose my son because nobody knew what was going on.
This mother says don't rule out Crohn's because of age. The symptoms can vary, but parents should always trust their gut.
If you're a parent and you think something's not right, just keep searching until you find the answers.
Since being diagnosed, it's been a painful process.
He's on chemotherapy. He does that every Saturday. He does an injectable Humira every Sunday. He takes 2 antibiotics, 5 doses of each together a day. And he's on an anti-nausea medicine.
Tyson started playing basketball last year, and ever since then, the swish of the net has kept him motivated despite his condition.
He has to work twice as hard as some other kids do to even get some of the same results because his body just wants to fight him so much.
Right now, Tyson is recovering from another surgery, but his mind is already on his return to the place that helps him cope. Working for you in Avon, Troy Washington, RTV6.
Well, good news today in working to find people homes in central Indiana.
Millions of dollars are going to agencies in Indianapolis that help get people experiencing homelessness off the streets. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, has awarded nearly $24 million in grants to homeless assistance programs across Indiana. More than $6 million of that will be routed through the city. Community leaders say this will help them get to their lofty goal they've set.
By 2023, any individual or family in our community who becomes homeless will spend no more than 30 days without a permanent, safe, affordable place to live.
Well, numbers show the amount of people experiencing homelessness in Indiana was up an estimated 4% last year compared to 2018. These federal grants will be divided among 89 agencies that will work with those people across the state.
Coming up, it's still spreading and it may have appeared in Indiana. We track the fight against the coronavirus and where our state stands in keeping it out.
Plus, a little bit later on, as Victor Oladipo makes his return to the court, we take you inside his efforts to lift up the spirits of these kids and to share his experience with the disease they're fighting. When RTV6 News at 7 continues.
TV.com.
Welcome back to the news at 7 on RTV6. Tonight, we are closely tracking the spread of the coronavirus across the globe.
That includes a patient in northern Indiana who is being tested for the virus. They are in isolation until doctors can figure out what is going on.
In the meantime, other Americans are also being quarantined as they arrive home from China. It's just part of the global efforts to stop the spread. ABC's Alex Stone has the latest.
As more cases of coronavirus are confirmed around the world,
Just responding is not enough.
The World Health Organization announcing it will meet tomorrow to decide if the outbreak should be declared a global emergency.
The whole world needs to be on alert now. The whole world needs to take action and be ready for any cases that come.
The announcement comes as a plane full of U.S. diplomats and citizens who were evacuated from Wuhan, China, the epicenter of the outbreak, landed in California this morning. Patrick Stockstill was among them.
Big cheer let out in the plane when we landed.
Evacuees will be in isolation for at least 3 days and will be closely watched for any symptoms.
At the end of 3 days, we think we'll have enough information to know their status and their risk.
In the U.S. so far, 5 Americans have contracted the new form of coronavirus, and authorities at 20 domestic airports will now screen passengers for symptoms. ABC News has learned the White House is not ruling out suspending all flights between the U.S. and China. United and American Airlines are now stopping some flights on their own as worries spread.
These developments in terms of the evolution of the outbreak and the further development of transmission is of great concern.
Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Coming up here on RTV6, as one of Indiana's favorites returns to play, we share the other side of his story, how Victor Oladipo is giving happiness and hope to kids who need it.
And we are chilly now, but there are some signs that our temperatures are going to swing back above average. We'll talk about just how warm the temperatures will go. You're watching RTV6 News at 7.
Ultima.
This is RTV6 News at 7, working for you.
Tonight, the National Transportation Safety Board is wrapping up its investigation on the Southern California Hill where Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 7 other people were killed.
Yeah, the NTSB says it could be another 12 to 18 months before they put out their final report on the helicopter crash. A young Kobe fan is gaining support for his idea to immortalize the NBA star. He began a petition to change the NBA's logo to a silhouette of Bryant. So far, 3 million people have signed on to the idea. The artist who made the current silhouette has said that it was always based on legend Jerry West, though the NBA claims it's not a specific player. Tonight marks a major return to court for a Pacers icon.
And as we speak, Victor Oladipo is stepping back out to play at Baker's Life Fieldhouse for the Pacers matchup against the Chicago Bulls.
The former All-Star has been out after rupturing his quad tendon. His final tune-up practice with the Pacers was on Tuesday, and he says he is ready to get back in the game.
Nervousness, anxiety, what are you feeling right now 24 hours ahead of this?
I feel great. I don't expect to go out there and get 40, but my mentality is that I'm going to get 40, so that's not going to change.
And we got the chance to see another big way. Victor Oladipo is stepping out and putting smiles on people's faces in the community. Our TV6 Sports Director Dave First has a look in tonight's Spotlight.
Cheers are the ultimate goal when fighting cancer, namely at Little Red Door Cancer Agency, where the underserved have been given assistance since 1945.
I think it helps all of us to have our perspective in our own lives, right, as we see people who are facing a really uphill battle and do it with grace and dignity and joy and courage.
The smiles help tell the story. Every June, they host the longest-running pediatric oncology camp in the country, part of being the oldest and largest independent cancer agency in central Indiana.
The fact that they don't let it tear them down, they have the best spirits of any person I've ever met in my life. Right. And it's humbling. It really is.
Enter Victor Oladipo, the two-time All-Star who was able to add to the tone of any room pretty quickly. And while joining the kids to make bracelets, remembers his first encounter with cancer.
One of my elementary school coaches, his name was Richard Brown, Coach Brown. He passed away of cancer when I was like in the 8th grade. And we were one of the last people that he taught, his last class that he taught before he passed away. To see them go through it is just a whole different, I mean, it's tough in general, but to see a little kid who really, it's just tough.
Right, Cole? Yeah. This is about putting words into action as Vic films a new public service announcement, getting the word out about his Dunk Cancer Initiative, where $1,000 are donated for each of his dunks.
Big time.
A partnership with Anthem Foundation, and certainly in support of Little Red Door.
Vic brings a national stage and a celebrity that a tiny grassroots organization has a lot of trouble getting to on their own.
The first word that comes to mind is character. He is just such a great guy, a great role model.
He's here. A program with heart and a player with one too, and maybe a few more fans along the way.
I am now.
Dunking cancer and underscoring hope along the way.
Yeah, it is awesome. Plus, I really like the bracelet that they gave me.
See that bracelet? That's nice.
But mine, mine looks nothing like theirs. Hopefully, they can fix mine because I was not doing it right.
Day first, RTV6 Sports.
He made those kids very happy, and he's making a lot of people very happy right now.
They all look like they had such a great time there at the camp today. Great to see.
Yeah, and a great time at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. I'm sure the energy, we could feel that with the live reports we had earlier this evening. We could just use some sunshine here.
Please.
Let's get it.
I would love to bring some to you, but as we look, the satellite and radar, just not a whole lot of clearing taking shape, and we're not going to see a whole lot over the next couple of days. In fact, as we look down to the southwest, there's a little bit of that snow shower and sprinkle activity. Again, it's going to continue to slide off to the east here and not produce a whole lot, but a couple of snow showers not out of the question from around Bloomington into the Columbus and Seymour areas later this evening. Right now with cloudy skies, we're at 33 downtown. A little bit of a breeze, not much, but enough that it makes it feel like we're at 29 degrees. And those wind chills around the area are in the upper 20s to around 30. Actual temperatures 31 in Tipton, right at that freezing mark, 32 degrees in Columbus. By tomorrow morning, temperatures will slide back into the upper half of the 20s, 27 in Lafayette, 29 in Columbus. That's where we will start, and a familiar sight as we are going to have a lot of cloud cover around here Thursday morning, but dry conditions. We go to the lunch hour, we still have those clouds, but TrueCast is trying to be a little optimistic here and work in a little more sunshine. Still, I think the clouds will win out the day, but maybe just a little bit brighter than the last couple of days for us. Our temperatures on Thursday morning, not going to move a whole lot with the clouds around. By the time we get into the lunch hour, we will find those numbers in the middle 30s and eventually climbing to around 40 degrees, which is a little above average for this time of year. 41 for you in Bloomington, 39 in the city, and we'll call for an afternoon high of 37 in Lafayette as we go throughout our Thursday afternoon. So dry there. And on Friday, I really don't think we'll see a lot of precipitation, but could see a few flurries or sprinkles once again. A little better chance for some precipitation as we go into Saturday. Again, still looks like it's going to be a light event with the bulk of the activity off to our south and east here. And behind that system, we'll actually start to warm up our temperatures as we go into Sunday and Monday. Look at that, highs into the 50s. Let's look at the specifics now in the 7-day planning forecast, and there's that gradual climb on temperatures through Saturday with highs right around 40. The lows will improve too into the 30s for us. Groundhog Day, that's when I think we'll see a little more sunshine and temperatures getting into the lower 50s for the afternoon high. Even a taste of spring in the air on Monday at 56. Looks like Monday night and then into Tuesday, that's when we'll see more of that rain, a little more widespread for us. 50 will be the high on Tuesday before those temperatures start to fall. 39 on Wednesday, but even as we look here into the first full week of February and beyond, it looks like temperatures will rebound a little bit.
Above average, too.
Not bad.
All right, thanks, Kyle.
It's crazy to see 50s in there.
Yeah, it is.
I'll take it.
Well, 200 years is a big birthday to celebrate. Still ahead, a look at the artwork you'll see in abundance as the city rings in its bicentennial. That's next right here on RTV6.
Martin Chevy Cadillac.
The only name you need to know.
Right now on RTV6, the Circle City is about to turn 200 years old.
And now we have some amazing art to usher in the birthday. Today, Mayor Joe Hogsett recognized local designer Maddie Walsh as the winner of the Bicentennial Commission's Art and Design Contest.
Her winning logo contains nods to iconic Indianapolis details like Monument Circle and the city flag. The design will serve as the main icon for Indianapolis's year-long bicentennial celebration, which kicks off this summer. And there's a lot of excitement around a big event this weekend, and no, we're not talking about the Super Bowl.
Yes, Sunday also happens to be Groundhog Day. Here's a little refresher on how it works. If Puxatawny Phil sees his shadow, that means 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't see his shadow, that means an early spring. Well, it's a fun tradition. It turns out it's not very accurate. Since 1988, he's only been right 14 times.
Still, it sounds a whole lot better if you hear early spring.
Yeah,
right, I think so too.
This time of year, we're ready to warm things up, and we're actually not going to have to wait too long before highs get back into the 50s. Just a few more days with some cloudy skies. Then by Sunday on Groundhog Day, 51 for the afternoon temperature. We'll get into the middle 50s on Monday. There's that next best chance for some rain coming our way on Tuesday. Doesn't look like it'll be all that heavy.
Do you ask him if you've seen his shadow?
And just grab him out of bed.
Satchel, you see your shadow? All right. See you at 11.
Just like that with that voice.